Here's an interview from one of our past shows on Rock and Metal Revival. If you're interested in hearing full shows, go to our Facebook page and check out our list of affiliates for times and places where you can hear Rock and Metal Revival. There is a live version of Blind Man from Blackstone Cherry off their newly released Blackstone Cherry Live from Albert Hall, y'all.
Yeah.
That's right. And with us today, we want to welcome back to Rock and Metal Revival lead guitarist Ben Wells. Welcome back to the show, Ben.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey, now, Ben, this is the correct me if I'm wrong, this is the second live release from Blackstone Cherry and the second from the UK. Now, I know it's no secret, your UK fan base is crazy, incredibly strong, and very vocal. Tell us about the bond between the UK fans and Blackstone Cherry.
Yeah, it's been something that has been kind of an anomaly, really. We don't really know how it started or why. But, we from the first time we started going over there was just a connection we had. And I think we've asked them the same thing, like what makes them so, attached to us as the band and the music. And I think, we don't put ourselves on any kind of different pedestal or anything like that. We just go over there and we try to be ourselves and normal and real people. And I think that the people over there appreciate that. And they know that every time we come and do a tour there, we always deliver, and we always give them 110% of everything we got, and we never phone it in. And I think that's something that they acknowledge and they appreciate, and we appreciate them appreciating it. If that makes any sense.
Nice. Now, first thing I got to mention is what's going on the cover of this album. I mean, I see Godzilla pushing an ice cream cart.
Yeah.
An alien, a hot rod, King Kong on Big Ben. Climbing Big Ben. I mean, where'd this cover come from? It cracks me up.
Well, we were sitting. We had a tour. We had a tour poster for the tour that show was filmed on, and it was kind of the same thing. It was crazy, random things in it, and we wanted to do one just for this show particularly. So that cover was originally a show poster that we had a friend of ours designed, and we were on the bus overseas talking about what do we want to go on it. And obviously, we wanted to put the Albert Hall on there, and then we just started, kind of just being funny and saying random things, saying, "Hey, I want this. I want a werewolf driving a hot rod. We want ice cream." And we told the artist, and he nailed it. We wanted it to be a total random piece of work.
Okay. Well, it worked out.
Hey, now,
awesome.
Now, Ben, with the pandemic, that had to be very hard on a band like Blackstone Cherry, which thrives on your live performances. As you guys have been road warriors over the years, did that time off give you guys a chance to relax and recharge, or was it really hard for you guys to sit home and not play for the fans?
No, I mean, it was hard. And there's no two ways around it. It was hard on all of us. And, at first it was kind of like, okay, this is cool. We'll take it easy for a couple of weeks, But also, we had just got done recording The Human Condition, and so that was being mixed and mastered during the front part of the the springtime of that 2020. So that kind of kept us busy and at least got us something to look forward to. But then we saw the rest of the year started to disappear as far as touring goes, and it was a kind of you kind of take stock and how thankful you are that we get to go out and play shows, and it's something that you don't take for granted anymore because you never know when it can be taken away. So that was kind of a wake-up call. And then otherwise, we just, we just did our thing and stayed in touch with each other. And then it wasn't long until we were, playing shows again. I mean, our last show was February 15th of 2020. And then, of course, the shit show hit. And then we played again in October. That was the longest we'd gone not playing together since we started in 2001. But it felt good. That October show felt good. Then we went out and did some shows in November and December, and we were ready, man. We were like, look, if somebody's ready to book us, we're going to go play.
Nice. Now, was this live recording? Was it a one-night gig, or was this? Did you guys do a multi-night recording?
It was a one-night gig. It was the last show of the tour.
Awesome.
And it was just something. It was a place we had been wanting to play for, decades. It's been on our bucket list forever, and it's such an honor to be able to play that venue. So that's why we wanted to record it audio and video, because we wanted to have this documented. In case we never get that opportunity again, we now have it forever.
Nice.
Now, Ben, has there been any thoughts into when you guys will all sit down and start the process for the next studio album? And how has the songwriting process evolved for you guys as a band when heading into a next project?
We've actually already been writing. We've got about probably 13 to 15 brand new songs. And we wrote a lot at home, and then we're on the road right now, and we're in the back lounge every day coming up with ideas. And we've actually been in the studio already this year in between tours. We recorded 7 tracks, and then we're kind of then we had to leave to go back on tour, so we're going to finish the rest of it up at the end of the year. But, that process has already started, actually.
Nice. Now, on the live album, Chris mentions that John Fred Young, he saw him play drums at a talent show in 7th grade, and they've been in a band ever since. But I've never asked, when did you join?
So those guys obviously went to, grew up together and school together, and then they were just kind of jamming. Didn't really have a real band, didn't play any shows. It was just buddies hanging out in the Headhunters' old practice house. And then a mutual friend of ours took me down there in 2000. It was June of 2001, and the 4 of us jammed, and the next day we started the band.
Nice.
So yeah, we've been a unit as Blackstone Cherry has been since June 4th, 2001.
Wow,
that's
cool.
awesome.
Cool.
Now, I see you guys have a lot of dates coming up across the pond for the remainder of this year, 2022. Now, will you guys go into the studio and then come out in the States in 2023? What, you got any plans that far out, Ben?
This year is pretty much booked until, mid-November, and then I know we go back to the UK in January next year to do a big tour, and then I'm sure we'll be out, pretty steadily. We'll have some new music, and it'll be just the whole process starts again.
Nice. So how's the new bass player working out?
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah,
he's just a terrific addition, and a boost in the arm, so to speak. And we love him to death, and we've known Steve for years. But yeah, it's just it's awesome, and fans love him, and he's his own character, and that's something really refreshing.
Nice.
Now, Ben, the song "What My Father Said." Things My Father Said is such a powerful song, but it even becomes more powerful
live
when you guys do it live. I mean, that song takes itself to a different level. It's like a different animal. What's it like for you on stage having the crowd just take over that song?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, when they sit back and sing those choruses, even the verses, it's just insane. You sit back and they're lighting up their phones or lighters in the air, and it's just something, again, you have to kind of take a mental snapshot at when that's happening, and something you never want to forget, and that's something you never take for granted, and you appreciate that because those people feel that same emotion through that song. So it's an honor, that's the biggest reward we could ever ask for, is when you write a song, you never know how it's going to connect with people. And the fact that one has connected with so many, it's pretty powerful.
So are there certain songs that are more popular over in Europe than in America? I mean, does your set list change when you go over there, or is it always the same?
We try to keep it somewhat the same. I mean, there's certain songs also we have to play every night, but then there's ones that we don't do all the time over here that we will do over there. And certain songs were released as singles over there that weren't released here. So, you kind of have to play to the market you're at.
Okay, cool.
Now, earlier, Ben, I had mentioned this being actually the second live album that I have in my collection now. Now, that album, I don't see it anywhere. Was that a one-time thing? You guys put out that first live album about, 7 years ago?
Yeah, that was our first one from our first arena tour. It was called Thank You, Living Live. It was live from Birmingham, UK. That was just, I can't remember. I think that was just a DVD. I'm not sure if the album came with that or not. It might have a CD, and it has a CD, and it wasn't on a vinyl or anything like that, and it wasn't a double disc, and it didn't have any kind of it wasn't a documentary style live concert film like this one is. It was just the show. Whereas this one, it's something obviously that we're super proud of because it was our first one. and it's an amazing DVD. If you could find it, it's incredible. This one is different because it kind of follows us on tour and has some backstage stuff and interviews, so it's pretty cool.
Nice. Now, as usual, there's just great guitar playing and great guitar tones on this album. What's your live setup? Is it different than your studio setup as far as your amps and stuff like that?
Yeah. I'm using mainly as far as amps. I'm running the Line 6 Helix, which is it's awesome because you can totally program your guitar sound, and it's the same every single night, no matter what kind of room you're playing in or whatever. But so we love that. All three of us are using the Helix right now. And then in the studio, I use a 5150, which I've used essentially on every record, But the Helix sound I'm using live is essentially, pretty close to, we don't like a studio guitar sound to sound different than live. That doesn't make sense, We try to recreate it and make it, it is what it is, In fact, Chris, I think, uses his Helix in the studio as well. That's just what he likes to do. So it's 100% live. It's the same all the time.
Oh, wow. Now, your drummer there, I gotta say, John Fred Young is just a beast on this album. He really, really shines. But you think he could have utilized that cowbell a little more in that guitar, in that drum solo?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. He is an animal, man. He's one of a kind.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are big Blackstone Cherry fans here, and I see you're coming back to Green Bay a little later in the year, so you'll be back here in the state of Wisconsin.
Nice.
And Ben, another great album from you guys, and we wish you nothing but success on this. And tell everybody where they can find out more about this album and your socials.
Yeah, so, and I appreciate you guys saying that. Thank you. But all the information, you can get it on blackstonecherry.com. You can order it there from our web store, or any of your. I always say support local shops. So if anybody has a local independent record store that's going to carry it, we would obviously love for people to shop and buy from them.
Awesome,
outstanding. Well, Ben, we always let the artist pick the song out of the interview. So, what from your catalog would you like us to go out of this interview with?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Let's see here. Let's do one. We'll do another one from the live DVD, and let's do Devil's Queen. That's a barn burner on there.
Nice. All right. Well, Hey, Ben, you're always welcome back here on Rock and Metal Revival.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that.